Hi, it's Lindy. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hustling Up Dinner, where we make meals that are quick, simple, and much cheaper than a stop through the drive-thru on a busy night. Tonight, we are making campfire stew with biscuits, but we're doing it the Mother Hustler way, the really super simple way. So simple, a husband can even. Okay, so the awesome thing about this stew in particular, aside from how easy it is what you compare it with. In our house, we like to put it on biscuits or on top of mashed potatoes, or you could just eat it straight out of the bowl. But for tonight, we are using biscuits. And again, just to make it super easy, low maintenance, not a whole lot of work, I am going to use store-bought frozen biscuits. These are my absolute favorite ones to use. The Pillsbury Grand Southern style. One bag of 20 biscuits is something like $4. So it saves us a lot of time and they taste so good. So before I even start cooking the stew, the first thing I need to do is get the biscuits in the oven. The biscuits do take about 25 minutes to cook per package directions. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these thrown in the oven before I start cooking anything else. Those in the oven. Now we're gonna start with the stew. So the first thing that we're gonna do is brown up 1 pound of ground beef, and then we're going to drain it off. You can either season it or not season it. I might just throw a little bit of salt in here, but that's pretty much it. Nothing fancy, just getting it brown. Okay, so now we have the ground beef all browned. I did get all of the grease drained off. And so now all we're gonna do is add 2 cans of the Campbell's family size beef vegetable soup. These are 23-ounce cans. They are not the teeny tiny ones, they are the bigger ones. Now, if you don't want to use 2 cans, you don't have to. You would just then use maybe half of the amount of the ground beef in just 1 can. The primary reason why I always make 2 cans is because it makes a nice big batch and it reheats really well for lunches. And for something like taking lunch to work with you, you could put it in something like a thermos like this and just eat it with a spoon and take a biscuit with you. So we always make a little bit extra because we love leftovers. And this is honestly one of my husband's favorite things to eat. In fact, he's the one that told me about this recipe. There's 1 can and 2 cans. Now, this soup calls for you to add 1 can of water because it is a condensed soup. However, for purposes of this, we are not adding any water at all. It's going to be a really super thick, flavorful, condensed version of soup. That's why it's going to be more like a stew, hence the name, campfire stew. It's going to be nice and thick. Now, you don't really need to season. I never season this. I think it tastes just fine how it is. Maybe a little bit of salt with the meat and that's all it needs. We don't add any seasoning. We literally just throw the cans in there, mix it up, and just let it simmer and heat through until the biscuits are done. Or if you wanted to put it over mashed potatoes, you could just throw it over mashed potatoes. But we're just gonna let it cook completely through. That's what we got. Ooh, it's done. Got some hot, fresh biscuits. I just opened them so that they're open face. Oh, here we go. Kind of like a campfire, biscuits and gravy a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's good and messy, too. So, I know what Gordon Ramsay would say about the presentation. But, I don't care. Oh, that's a one, boy. But really, it tastes good. Go make it. It's like 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes, not including the biscuit time.
like all of $6 worth of materials.
Yeah, it's cheap. Go make it. Go try it. It's really, really good. Wow.